Hey, what's going on? My name is Jamila Antoinette, and I am the host for tonight's chat, the group chat live. Who was the girl before Jesus? And so I think tonight's conversation is very much needed. This is going to give kind of like live podcast style. I'm super excited about sharing more pieces of who I am. And so this one right here is near and dear to my heart because I am literally I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to take you through the lens of my eyes. Who was the girl before Jesus? And so, listen, do me a favor. If you're watching on Instagram, go ahead and tag somebody, share this live. Hey, Jezebel, I see you. Zabi, I see you. Maya, I see you. Takia, I see you. I see my family over here on TikTok. They coming in strong. YouTube, I see you. Facebook, I see you. Tonight is going to be good. So again, I want to welcome you to Just a Girl and Jesus. It's a ministry that the Lord gave me literally towards the end of last month, and He said to go because literally I am not a person that's about title. I'm not a person that's about look at me, but I am just a girl. I am just a daughter of the King. So tonight we're going to talk about who was the girl before Jesus. See, years ago, I will be 37 years old this year, the Lord's will. And so, if you would have told me years ago that this girl right here would have been on fire for the Lord, I might have called you a liar. Or if you would have told me that this girl right here was going to change the world, I might have would have questioned, do you really know the Lord? If you would have told me that this girl right here was going to just grow up and really understand that she's different and walk in her own authority, or if you would have told me that this awkward girl right here would really have a chance to allow people to just hear her story and allow people to share their own testimony and share their own space, or if you would have told me that this rebel right here would have really been an evangelist for the Lord and wanted to really share the gospel of Jesus, I probably would have called you a liar, because all my life I wanted to party like a rock star. All I wanted to do was really just be me. I wasn't trying to hear no Jesus talk, right? Because hey, I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. My father was a reverend at that time. You know, back in those days, it wasn't really a lot of apostles and things like that, or prophets. It was reverend. So I'm the daughter of a reverend. If you would have told me that this girl right here would have had something to say, I might have would have called you a liar. So who was the girl before Jesus? Good evening, you guys. My name is Jamila Antoinette, and I am the founder of Just a Girl and Jesus. And this is literally a ministry to really allow women to understand that we carry greatness. And sometimes we get lost in the wind. We get lost in just in everyday life. And so listen, you never know, right? You never know what might happen on tonight. I might just ask one of y'all to come on, jump into the live, and I'll send you a link, and we're gonna have a good conversation. And so when I was preparing to come live today, I was like, well, Lord, this ain't really no message. This is really me just talking and sharing my story. I'm gonna take my glasses off, y'all, because it's a little toasty in here. And I'm gonna just give you the real, raw, authentic me. And so when God told me to talk tonight about the girl before Jesus, oftentimes when people are when God starts opening doors or people are sharing their testimonies, a lot of times they don't tell the truth, right? They tell the fancy side of their story. They tell the good, and they don't really get down to the nitty gritty. But tonight, I really want to talk to you guys about who Jamila was before Jesus. And so if you notice throughout when we first started, I showed you a few pictures, right? From when I was a little girl, just growing up, I was constantly moving around. And so these pictures truly represent just, I was an ordinary girl. I was very awkward, very just in I was just me, right? And so in this particular picture right here, I just graduated from high school 2006, and I was on my way to college. And y'all, when I got to college, it was a whole another situation. I was just really all I wanted to do was party. Okay. I wasn't worried about school. I wasn't worried about trying to get good grades because I'm like, listen, the first time I'm on my own, I just want to party, right? And so really a part of my story. Hey guys, so yeah, if you're on TikTok, you won't be able to actually see me, but if you log into Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you can see me. So on TikTok, it's really kind of just giving a bit of a podcast style. Sorry guys, I got a lot going on over here. Hey sis. And so who was the girl before Jesus? The girl before Jesus was not one that was a Bible talker. Um, I was I wasn't a hothead, but I could get there, right? I wasn't the type that was ready to fight, but if I had to, I would. But most of my life growing up, and some of you guys have heard this story before, some of you guys have not. But again, I grew up in the church, right? I grew up on Saturday, we were cleaning the church, we were having choir rehearsal, and back in those times, me and my siblings, we were the choir, okay? We were the choir. We were the ones that was we would clean the church, and then we would have rehearsal. And then we had one of the moms of the church. She would always feed us, and so it was a really good time. But growing up, I really wasn't. I knew who the Lord was, but I really wasn't trying to make that my life, right? I wasn't trying to be the preacher's kid. I wanted to be the opposite because um, there's a lot of stipulation when you are the child of a PK. People just expect you to have this perfect life. People expect you to just have it all together. People expect you to just be somebody that you're really not. And so the first chance that I had to break loose from that, I did, right? I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be no pastor. Excuse me, I'm not trying to share the gospel. I'm not trying to do any of that. All I want to do, right, is live my life. But when it's in you, y'all, it's in you. It is so in you. And you really can't help who God created you to be. You really cannot help um, what's on the inside of you. You really cannot help what He placed in you. And so, hey, Cordy, I'm over here, girl. And so, again, that girl was not a girl that wanted to be seen. That girl was not the girl who cared about what people. I mean, I cared, but I didn't care. I wanted to be liked, but I didn't care if you didn't like me. I wanted friends, but I didn't care if you were my friend or not. And a lot of the things that people always tell me now, oh my gosh, Jamila, I love this about you. I love this about you. Y'all, I used to hate it. Like people are like, oh my gosh, you're so little. All my life I've been little. All my life I've been trying to get that 1 inch to be 5 feet for years. I've been the same height since middle school, high school. And so, people say, oh my gosh, you have beautiful lips. I hated my lips. I hated how I looked. I didn't feel like I was pretty. I didn't feel like I was worthy to be with anybody. I just was like, I was doing my own thing. And even got to a point to even when I was in high school, y'all, I became somewhat of a rebel. I remember one time I got mad at my mom and she called me like, where are you at? Baby, I had left the state. I ain't lying. I left the state. I got so mad that I left Georgia because I felt like I can do what I want to do. Nobody can tell me what to do. And my life is my own. But of course, the Bible says, train up a child the way that they should go. So when they grow old, they won't what? Depart from it. And so I was running from what was chasing after me ultimately. I was running from just really ultimately being who I'm becoming now, right? And so, oh man, listen, tonight, you know what? The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Lord, we just thank you. So listen, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be very random, and I know we're gonna have some people jump in here later. But I want because this is supposed to be the group chat, right? And I need some group. I need the group in here. So I'm about to put some people on the spot. I'm about to go to Instagram. Courtney, if you want to hop on here with me, I don't even know who all is still watching on Instagram. Who's on TikTok? Yolanda, because this got to be a conversation, y'all. We got to talk this thing. We got to talk because I want to, since I can understand. Like, you listen, I wanted to be. I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do because I was like, no, I'm grown, and I couldn't wait, y'all. I couldn't wait. Let me tell y'all something. When I found out what grown really was, I didn't want to be grown no more. I don't even want to be grown no more. Never mind, you can have it. I don't want to be grown no more. Taylor, are you still on? We got to mix this thing up because Fabiola, you want to hop in here, sis? I'm about to do this. Um, Fabiola, can you do me a favor? I want you to hop in. Hey y'all, until our other guests get here. Ebony, if you can hop on Facebook, click that link. I want you to hop on in here. Let me see. I'm for real. Listen, when I really learned what grown was, I didn't want to be grown, but I understood that that girl before I met the Lord for real, she had to go through what I went through. I buried two children. I was engaged, never made it down the aisle. I went through a lot. And so the girl before Jesus really had to go through levels of being broken. She had to go through levels of not really understanding who she was because it was a journey, right? It was a journey.